What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Weekly Wizard. We're talking all things nerddom. I'm Brett. This is my co-host Warren. We are going to be talking specifically today about the new Spider-Man No Way Home trailer and then our thoughts on Disney Plus Day. So much again, never been a better time to be a comic fan.
For sure.
Seriously. So,
I want to start off with something really quickly here.
Yeah.
We're at Wizards Asylum. I'm the manager of Wizards Asylum here in Tulsa,
Facts.
Oklahoma.
Yep.
So last week our background was a little bland. This week we changed it up a little bit. We got a nice little comic wall behind us here. We're actually in the
we've
store.
Evolved.
And,
yep.
Yeah, getting better, getting prettier.
So come check it out.
Yeah, especially this Friday.
Black Friday.
It's Black Friday, and all of these comics that you see on this wall right here, every one of these that's still here on Friday will be $5. Including that beautiful NYX3 First Appearance of X-23. $400 comic book will be $5 if it makes it to our Black Friday sale. Yeah.
You know, it hurt my heart. Last year, I was unable to make it.
Yep.
I think I was here for the previous two Black Fridays, and I was unable to make it.
That was before I worked here.
The first one you were, the second one you were here.
Yep.
And then I was not able to make it last year.
So,
I believe,
before I worked here, 3 years I camped out in front of the store to get $5 wall comics.
Dude, that's an insane deal. I mean, and if anyone in the hobby who is a collector knows, like, if a comic's on the wall, it's pricey.
Oh yeah,
it's got some value to it, and if you can get it for $5,
oh yeah. And we got a lot more than this wall too. I've got three short boxes full of comics.
I love the way that you guys have it set up, because you constantly have someone behind the desk who's just refilling the empty slots as they're getting bought. You're just refilling them, and the whole wall is just chef's kiss good. Yeah. So we're here at Wizards Asylum. If you're looking for a comic place, come check it out. The first thing of a couple things that we're going to talk about today is the Spider-Man No Way Home trailer.
Yeah. So
let's just take a second. You know, I don't know about you. I have a lot to say. So,
same.
I mean, your first impressions. What do you think about it?
It was amazing. It was a funny trailer. There was a lot going on in this trailer. There was a lot that we were kind of expecting in this trailer that some of it we got, some of it we didn't get. Yeah. So there was no Tobey Maguire. There was no Andrew Garfield. But I like the fact that they're keeping that a secret. I like it. I mean, you know they're going to be in the movie.
Yeah.
At this point, we all know that they're going to be in the movie.
We know.
But they're keeping it hidden.
You know, so first impressions. Honestly, the trailer was amazing.
Yes.
It didn't wow me the way. So it wowed me.
You're surprising me.
It just didn't wow me the way I thought it was going to. And the reason for that is because we knew the Sinister Six was in it.
Yeah.
You know? And that was like, and even if they showed the Tobey Maguire, whatever, like, we already know that, but I feel like there's something that they're keeping from us.
Well, we've only got
that
for sure 5 of the Sinister Six, so we don't know who that 6th one is. Everybody's speculating it's Venom.
So far, we have Green Goblin, which is Willem Dafoe.
I mean, we only hear the voice, we don't see the face, but
we've seen him on the glider coming through the smoke. Like, we know it's him.
Yeah.
Doc Ock, obviously.
Yeah.
The Lizard, Sandman. And we have what appears to be a hobgoblin,
maybe,
you know, coming at the camera who doesn't look like Green Goblin.
And Electro.
So 2 of them are tied. So,
What was cool about the trailer, though, was when we do see Electro, it's Jamie Foxx.
Love that.
I didn't care for Jamie Foxx in the Andrew Garfield
But I like
movies,
how they redid him.
But yes, this is Jamie Foxx with the original
face.
costume of Electro.
That's
going
to be amazing.
Super exciting.
I love how in the trailer you hear him say, "You're not going to take this away from me," and then he just shoots this massive bolt of lightning at what we assume is Spider-Man.
Do we know if Sandman's going to be Thomas Hayden Church? Like, it's hard to tell from that picture.
I've seen reports that it is him.
I hope it is. I hope it is.
If it's not, I'm going to be bummed out.
Yeah.
I think we'll all be a little hurt.
Thomas Hayden Church was literally the best part of Spider-Man 3.
It was great. His story was amazing. So hopefully it is genuinely him. Hopefully the rumors are true. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like the way that they kind of, and you can kind of hear in the trailer how they're cutting this audio very specifically, even when the mouths don't match up. You know what I mean?
Yep.
I feel like there's still so much being.
I'm fine with that though. I want to be surprised when I get to the movie.
Absolutely. And we all know that something and many things will happen that will be like, but when I saw the trailer, I was like, wow, that was so cool. But I was like, I expected more, I guess. Yeah. Not even the Tobey Maguire stuff. I didn't think it was going to focus so heavily on the several bad guys that we already knew were coming. You know, I thought it was going to play more into the story and not just who he was fighting. Like, It starts off like, he's like, oh, ever since I got bit by that spider, life has been hard. And then I told you, MJ. And honestly, I'm going to be real for 1 second. This is my least favorite version of MJ.
Really?
Really?
I like her.
She's...
Now,
I'm not going to say
I had a huge crush on Kirsten Dunst when I was younger.
Oh, and I'm sure that we all did because she's a wonderful... And honestly, so is Zendaya. I find beautiful. Zendaya a beautiful woman. I just think that she makes MJ too much of a douche, kind of. You know what I mean? Like, in Spider-Man Far From Home, when they go to the opera and Peter Parker walks in behind Zendaya and he goes, you look really pretty tonight. Like, and you could tell he was nervous just to speak those words at all. And her direction is like, you look really pretty tonight. And she goes, therefore I have value. It's like,
she's a bit woke compared to some of the other
I'm like, look, like, I get what you're doing, but you need to stop doing it. Like, that's...
I don't know. Judging from this trailer, though, I think a lot of that's going to be kind of calmed down, it seems. There's some comedy in this trailer.
And the reason I don't feel that way is because then she has that whole moment with Doctor Strange where she's like, this is kind of your mess, so I know a couple magic words, and they start with please. True. And I'm like, you realize that you're speaking to the Sorcerer Supreme who could just...
He's also kind of
he could do this with his fingers, and you just don't exist anymore. Like, she has this kind of like undeserved confidence. Honestly, that's a huge turnoff for me. If like, I'm all about confidence, but if you have more than you deserve, you know what I'm saying? Like, it just comes off as error. Like, she is literally a teenager.
Yeah. Speaking
to the grand master of sorcery in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And she's like, you could say please. I'm like, really? Did you really just... And then I love how he actually says, please Scooby-Doo this crap. I'm like, wow. Like, that's... I don't know. Like, again, wonderful actress, you know, and I'm, you know, I'll still enjoy the character, but that for me, she just from the start, she's been a little too different, you know, and I get that they're, you know, it's all about inclusion and mixing it all up, but and you know exactly what I'm talking about because you've been a fan for so long, but like when you take a character and you just completely change who and what they are, that was like when they made Will Smith Deadshot. Like, I'm like, okay, I see what you're doing, but like, that's not...
I don't have a problem with that. I mean, I guess I wasn't a big...
I didn't have a problem with it, like, because Will Smith is amazing, but again, like, you're changing characters just to say, hey, woke people, we're cool too, you know what I mean? Like, and I feel the same way about MJ, like, they're doing the same thing, like, you're changing...
I feel like...
the core elements of the character. Like,
comic books have been pretty stagnant for a long time. A bunch of old people reading them.
Yeah.
And I feel like in the movies, they're trying to make it not be stagnant. Like,
and I feel like that's what happened with the Eternals. You know, like everyone was I mean, and I watched multiple videos about it
Yeah.
because I stay up to date on stuff. But like, so many people were just complaining about how they took the core elements of the Eternals and just completely changed them. And it's honestly, it's probably why I loved the movie, was because I didn't know
Yeah, right.
the
Had no
Eternals
idea.
were. I like.
So that's how I felt about Deadshot. Like I don't know crap about the characters.
Like,
so
I knew enough.
Will Smith was fine.
You know what I mean? Like I knew enough, but I'm just like, well, like okay, like you're changing his skin color, you're kind of changing the tone. That's fine, whatever. But how many characters are you going to do that to until everyone brands you as cool and it's okay now? You can stop doing it. That's like, imagine if like they took Batman and they turned him into like some like tiny little Asian guy. Like it's not about race. It's just about like the
Batman is black now in the comics,
right? And they turn him into Lucius, or
it's Lucius Fox's son,
Luke Fox or whatever. And guess what? No one cares.
Yeah.
Like right. Like no one's reading Batman Future State.
Yeah. No, it's like, we're selling quite a bit of it. I Am Batman. It's I Am Batman is that one.
No, I'm not talking about I Am Batman. I'm talking about before. Right when it was just Future State.
Yeah.
Like how many people are genuinely continually reading?
Well, so Future State was only a 2-month.
Right.
2 month.
Yeah. So you had this limited window where they took all these. They even did it with Superman too, didn't they? They like took it and turned it into the son, or something?
It was the son. Yeah. The son of Superman. Yeah.
And now they're turning him bisexual. Like
yes. But he's a different character.
Like I love it, and and as you said, it's been stagnant and it needs to change. I just feel like the changes that are being made are so aggressive.
Here's the thing, though, and I hear this complaint a lot while, like here in the store. It's like, why do this to Superman? Why do this to Batman? It's like they're not doing it to Superman. They're not doing it to Batman. Clark Kent still exists in the DC universe.
Right. Yep.
Clark Kent is off on Warworld right now. He's fighting against depression, trying to free the slaves of Warworld.
Yep.
He's still there. He left his son in charge of Earth. His son is the Superman of Earth right now. His son is a completely different person. Mm-hmm. And his son is bisexual. Cool.
Yeah.
It's not Clark Kent.
Right.
Batman. So Bruce Wayne's still there. He still exists. Now in the Future State, there was a big
Future
State.
He doesn't.
Well, so
yeah,
Lucius Fox's son is becoming Batman now. It's a book titled I Am Batman, and I'm selling almost as many copies of I Am Batman as I'm selling Batman. It's crazy.
That blows my mind.
Well, they got a big superstar writer behind it too. It's John Ridley, who is a screenwriter. He's won an Academy Award. Like this guy,
good at what he does.
Yeah, he wrote 12 Years a Slave. He won an Academy Award for that. He's written other things. 12 Years a Slave is the only thing I know off the top of my head. Fantastic movie. And so he's writing I Am Batman. He's also, I'm very excited about this, taking over Black Panther. I think next week is when it comes out.
Really?
So it was being written by Ta-Nehisi Coates. Ta-Nehisi Coates' run was absolutely incredible. It was a futuristic sci-fi, like T'Challa had sent a group from Wakanda into like a wormhole. They ended up colonizing a whole galaxy, like multiple planets, and they're all like Wakandans, like this whole galaxy of Wakandans. It was and then T'Challa decides to go look for them, finds like a whole planet, somehow loses his memory, ends up working as a slave, freeing himself. Like this book was nuts. It was one of the craziest Black Panther storylines I've ever read. Ta-Nehisi Coates did an amazing job with it.
And that's from the guy doing the new Batman. I Am Batman.
The next guy, the guy that's taking over, John Ridley.
I love the changes. I'm not keeping up with them. Like
I feel like if they were literally changing the character, if they made Clark Kent bisexual, that would be
a gift. Well, and so that's how I feel about
Bruce Wayne is suddenly black. That's radically different. But the fact that they're making them different characters is fine.
Right. And I feel like with MJ, like they're not changing the character; they're just changing with how the character is made. And same with Deadshot. Like they didn't change the character; they just changed how the character is made. Like That's like if they, if like Captain America was like a Skrull, like, but like naturally, you know what I mean? Like it just, and now they've made MJ this smart back talker who's like, well, I don't think so. It's like, love Zendaya, love what she's in, but I'm just like, I don't know MJ like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and I don't think any of us have ever known it. Like, she'll be smart mouth with Peter, sure, but like, and maybe with her editor, because she works for the Daily Bugle, or what, doesn't she? She's like,
she's a model.
A model?
Yeah. She's a model and an actress in the comics. She never worked for the...
I thought she was a... Am I thinking of the game?
Maybe, I don't know.
Maybe that in the game.
Games. I don't really play video
Maybe
games.
That's what I'm thinking about.
No, in the comics, she's been a model and an actress forever.
But regardless, and yeah, I feel like they're changing that up, and it's just like it's this whole. They're trying to make that a whole thing in and of itself, and I'm like, who cares about MJ? This is about Peter, like Peter and his
still
battle.
MJ, but off this subject, how did you feel about the fall, the Gwen Stacy fall at the end of that trailer?
I feel nothing towards it because you
What?
can literally see that his hand is about to grab her hand.
That's what happened to Gwen Stacy too, and he didn't catch her.
No,
she died.
His web.
Oh yeah, it was his web.
Was 20 feet away about to catch. That's a whole other story. He's literally about to grab her hand and save her. I'm not concerned about that at all.
You don't think she's gonna die?
So
You
I've
don't think
heard rumors that there is a death scene, and it's either Ned or MJ. If I had to guess, it's like a fake death scene with Ned. And I genuinely believe that the glider coming at the screen with the like quote unquote batarang looking things, I believe that that's the Hobgoblin, not the Green Goblin.
Gotcha. And you think it's gonna be Ned?
I mean, have you seen the post of him with like the prosthetic thing around his neck?
No, I haven't seen that.
The guy who plays Ned, I don't know his name, but there's like a post of him, and I'm like, that's it. Like that's him in the costume, like because it just doesn't. If something's gonna push Spider-Man, it's gonna be a death, right? Like his whole life is just this god-awful tragedy of like constantly losing people and battles, and his whole life just sucks. If I had to guess, losing Ned, right when the trailer opens, you see Spider-Man with tears and it's raining and it's one of those like super sad shots. Something like that.
Okay. Yeah, I agree.
It just
somebody's gonna die.
But I don't think it's MJ because again, I mean, you literally see him about to catch. And honestly, when Gwen Stacy died, that was real. Like, I don't know about anybody else who watched it, but when I saw that, I mean, like, if you didn't have a moment where you were like, okay, like, then one, you're not a fan enough, and two, you're just heartless because the emotion and the surrealness that was put into that scene of him in this life or death fight with the Green Goblin, with Harry, one of his best friends, and then having to attempt to try to jump down this tunnel and save this woman that he loves and think that he did it and then find out that he failed because he did it.
Yeah.
I mean, holy hell of it, man. Like, it hurts right here. And I don't think they're going to do that again because I feel like it would be just kind of played out. Like, people would be like, oh, yeah, I saw that coming. Or, like, we already went through this, Like, and that's, like, also, like, I don't really know why the lizard is in it. Like, I feel, this is just my opinion, I feel like right there at the end of the trailer, what are they? They're like, there's like that big tower with the Captain America shield. They're obviously building some kind of monument to him. Yep. But then there's another scene where it's on top of the Statue of Liberty, and you can see the thing with the flame coming out of it, and there's these big purple scars tearing across the sky, and Doctor Strange is like, they're all coming through, and I can't stop it. I get the feeling that that's when the other 4 bad guys are gonna come through.
Yeah, for sure.
Like I don't believe that the lizard is in this entire movie. Like, I don't believe that the Sandman. As much as I would love, because there's that one part in the trailer where you hear Willem Dafoe as the Green Goblin talking to Peter, and he's like, you're struggling to have everything you've ever wanted, and everyone is telling you you can't, or whatever it is he says. And I'm thinking to myself, I would love nothing more than for every single bad guy in this movie to have a moment like that with Peter Parker, where they're just laying those facts on him, like, this is why you're gonna fail. So all of them.
What lizard do you think this is? Do you think this is the Dr. Connors?
I think it's Kirk Connors.
But no, I mean, like, do you think it's
that one?
That one.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess there's only been one.
I genuinely believe that every.
What was his name?
The actor?
Yeah.
Oh, I will never. No idea. He's great, amazing actor, but I have no idea. But I genuinely believe that every villain in this movie is the original version.
I hope so.
Of that villain. And honestly, I really hope that the last one is Venom. Like,
oh yeah, no, that would be so awesome if it's Tom Hardy.
Not only would it be so cool to see it, but it would also open so many doors, because then it's okay. Sony and Marvel universes have finally crossed over. Let's do this. Like, Rhys Ifans.
I think this isn't the one I'm thinking of though. This is the guy from Amazing Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Well, there was the other. So I guess Kirk Connors has been in Amazing and the original Spider-Man, because he was like the professor. Yeah. Okay. I forgot about him being in the. It's been so long since I watched Amazing Spider-Man. I've watched because there's the original trilogy, right? Mm-hmm. And then there's the Amazing Spider-Man,
which is what
two films. That's the one he's in.
Yeah.
But there was a Kirk Connor in the original, but he never became the Lizard.
Oh, he was just a person. Yeah. Oh, I don't even remember that. Yeah, no, that's news to me. Because like I said, it's been so long since I watched it. But okay, yeah. So I feel like, with these 5 potential bad guys.
Dylan Baker, that was his name, and he's a pretty big actor.
Oh yeah, that's right. Okay, yeah, I remember him. Okay, cool. So I feel like if Spider-Man fights these 5 bad guys, which you can see at the Captain America shrine tower, whatever they're calling it, that's when all the bad guys come together and they're like, Spider-Man, we're gonna take you down, and you don't even see Doc Ock against him, because earlier in the trailer you see Doc Ock talking to them.
Yeah, he's captured.
As if he's explaining what's going on. And I thought it was super weird that Doctor Strange was like, oh, they all die by Spider-Man. And I'm like, what does that mean? Again, they were very specific and very choppy about the audio that they took from this movie, and I'm like,
spoilers, man, they don't want the spoilers.
I guess, but that doesn't help us.
Trailer.
Like, how do you how are we supposed to interpret that? Like, does Spider-Man have to kill Sandman, the Lizard, Electro, the Hobgoblin possibly? Like, does he have to just off these people to save the world? And also, that seems a little ridiculous. Like,
Spider-Man doesn't kill, so
yeah, exactly. Like, I feel like the ending is gonna be a bust because of that. Because that's obviously the final scene, like this epic showdown of Spider-Man versus all of his biggest, baddest, but we still have that one extra. Let's say it's Tom Hardy. What is he, a post-credit scene? Is he after all of that?
No, there are people thinking that he's actually in the scenes that are in the trailer, and that they've
they did with Professor Hulk, and they've just edited him out. Yeah. I mean, okay, honestly,
so that way, and the other 2 Spider-Man too. They think that some of these scenes that are in the trailer have the other 2 Spider-Man, but they've been edited out of the trailer, just to give that mystery.
Maybe.
So
I mean, like I said last week, you know what I mean? This trailer could have been a 20-second clip of Tom Holland on a toilet taking a dump, and I would still go see it. So, what I saw was amazing.
This is the 4th Marvel movie we're getting this year, after a year of no Marvel movies. That was rough. COVID.
Yeah.
I hate COVID. Yeah, that really spoiled the comic industry quite a bit.
It did.
Which had to go.
It's crazy because you're still thriving.
Yeah, I mean,
you know what I mean. Like you guys,
we're doing all right. Let me
lucky.
tell you.
Yeah, like you got lucky.
The collectibles market has increased due to COVID, and that has helped us with comics. But I don't know if you know about this right now. There is a worldwide paper shortage.
I am aware,
and it is causing delays.
And I got caught up on that ransomware attack on Diamond. How did that affect you guys? Was there a big issue, or was it just kind of like a little blip?
No. It's massive. So Diamond was the largest comic distributor in the country. It is no longer. Marvel and DC have both left Diamond.
Yep.
That being said, I get all my indie books from Diamond. Plus, I get a lot of my trade paperbacks, action figures, stuff like that from Diamond. Right now, they're not shipping anything. What's even worse is we're also a game store. Okay? Jeez. We order from Alliance. Alliance is the largest game distributor in the world. Okay? They are owned by Diamond. So they were hit by the same ransomware attack. I am less than a week out from Black Friday, and I have 2 weeks of shipments that I still do not have of board games. So, this ransomware attack is bad. Normally, like, I place an order for Alliance, I get my order in 2 to 3 days. It doesn't take long. But now I have 2 weeks worth of orders that I will not have. A third week worth of orders I will not have before Black Friday because of the ransomware attack. So, this thing is... so I thought everything was fine once the website was up. I did not know. And I get a call from my rep, and she's like, hey, we're going to try to send one of these 2 orders as a smaller order. We're just testing to see if we can send out orders right now because their pick system was completely messed up because of the ransomware attack. So I might get an order. Who knows? We'll see.
Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed.
Jeez, man.
The ransomware attack has been... it's killing us. Especially...
Terrible.
This month. Because Black Friday...
Of all the months.
I mean, I'm sure most people know this. Black Friday is the...
biggest shopping day
of the year.
Period. Hands down, undoubtedly.
It's the day most stores go into the black through the year. And then we don't have that problem. I mean, we're a pretty steady store. Right. But it is our biggest day. I mean,
I've seen it. I've been here. Yeah. I know what it looks like. It's awesome. If you haven't been here for Black Friday, wow. I mean, it's not just crazy and hectic, but it's a crazy, hectic, organized.
Yeah.
There's like a method to the madness, and I love it. Like it's such a smooth process. Yeah, it's really cool. Like even though you're here with so many other people, like you're able to get what you want when you want it, and then check out and call it a day. Yeah. Like it's just so streamlined. It's crazy in here.
It is.
It's awesome. I'm looking for. I'm bummed out because I won't actually be in town for Black Friday.
That sucks.
It hurts my heart.
Yeah.
So I have a little a trip planned with family, but I mean, I love me your Black Friday deals. Like the stuff that you guys have going on is
the $5 wall books
it's sick,
incredible,
sick McNasty. So yeah, I'm
Submariner 2.
Feel like I'm gonna be
Invincible Iron Man 4, Eternals 2.
All of you that I want.
Iron Fist 1.
Amazing. It's crazy. It's crazy what's going on. But now let's take a second and talk about the future. Since we're talking about upcoming events and whatnot, let's talk about Disney Plus Day. Because, wow.
They released a lot of information on that day. A lot of cool trailers. So I'm just going to kind of go down the list of everything that was announced that day.
Yeah.
And then we'll talk about what our favorite things from that were.
I think we'll talk about our top 3 things per person that we really loved.
So there was a Moon Knight trailer. Mm-hmm. They released a really long trailer for Hawkeye Season 1, which comes out later this month. Beautiful. Very excited about that show.
24th, yep.
There was a She-Hulk trailer.
Comes out this upcoming week, actually. It's just a few days away at this point. We're 3 days out from Hawkeye. I can't wait.
Yeah, first episode,
Yep. First 2 episodes, I think.
They're releasing 2?
I think so.
Oh, sick.
Yeah.
There's the Miss Marvel trailer, which we'll talk about that one.
I'm excited. I like Miss Marvel. I mean, because I played the Avengers games. They really the Avengers game did a great job of making you care about the character.
So, I love Kamala Khan. I love Miss Marvel. Read the comics. Here's why I'm not excited. They don't show this in the trailer. This is what I've heard. It was very hard to animate.
They've changed the Embiggen.
Yeah, the Embiggen. So now it's going to be more like a Green Lantern ring that causes a giant fist to come out and like bash people or whatever.
We'll see.
I mean, and maybe I'm okay with it. I don't know, because I have to say that one of the hard things to animate was Medusa's hair in the Inhumans. And so instead of like trying to make it look good and spending money on it, they just shaved her head. And I was like, well, that completely ruins that character. That sucks. Did you watch the Inhumans show?
No.
It was an 8-episode series.
I've heard nothing but garbage about it, so I never watched it.
Absolutely terrible. First episode. Okay, so they're on the moon. They live on the moon, right? They have no Earth technology up there, but somehow they have just a random set of clippers to shave her head. Go figure.
Is that still recording?
All right, probably gonna be a weird little jump there. We had to make a little change because it only records 30 minutes at a time for the audio that we're recording. So sorry about that, guys.
We'll just pick up where we left off. So the next trailer after Hawkeye.
So the next trailer was Miss Marvel.
Oh yeah, Miss Marvel. Yep.
Then after that, there were no more trailers, but there were a bunch of shows announced. So Echo. Yeah. So Echo is
Kingpin's daughter.
Huh?
Kingpin's daughter.
Is it? Because she's not in the comics.
Oh, she's in comics.
Yeah, she's in comics, but she's not Kingpin's daughter. She's Native American. She's a Native American deaf woman in the comics. So,
from what I gather, it's going to be Kingpin's daughter,
which
is hopefully going to tie into some Charlie Cox.
Apparently, there's rumors Charlie Cox is going to be in Spider-Man too. So that'll be awesome.
So many rumors about this movie.
Right? So Echo is going to be in the Hawkeye show. So she's going to be one of the main protagonists in the Hawkeye show.
Yeah, that's going to be her first appearance in the MCU. Yeah.
And then she's getting her own show after that. Then there's Ironheart. So that's Riri Williams. She was super smart, builds Iron Man armor in her garage. So I enjoyed Riri Williams. So then there's Agatha, the House of Harkness. So it's going to be Catherine Hahn.
I think that's going to be good.
Yeah, I'm very excited.
That'll be fun.
That.
Yeah,
it's going to be very witchy, very
I have a feeling
dark.
It's going to be like way back. I think it's going to be set in a prior time. I think that'll be a lot of fun.
This one they released a picture for Secret Invasion. Samuel L. Jackson will be starring in it along with Ben Mendelsohn.
That'll be fun.
I'm very excited for that. I know the Captain Marvel movie, a lot of people didn't care for it. I loved it. I thought it was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Then there's the Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special.
That's going to be awesome.
So let's hope. It is written and directed by James Gunn.
Next Christmas.
Yeah, next Christmas.
Yeah. Yep.
It is written and directed by James Gunn, and apparently it's supposed to be like a nod to the Star Wars Holiday Special, which let's just hope it's not that bad. I don't know if you guys have seen this. Have you ever watched the Holiday Special?
No.
It's one of the worst things I've ever seen. So you know how like sometimes you'll watch things so bad that they end up being good? Mm-hmm. That is not this. This is okay. So me and my brother, massive Star Wars fans. Mm-hmm. So I find a bootleg copy of this on DVD, and I'm like, cool, we're gonna watch this because this was only aired one time back in 1978.
I don't know.
So so I get it in, and we're super excited. You know, this is a Star Wars thing we've never seen. It has the original cast. I mean, it's directed by George Lucas. It's got to be good, right? Whew. My brother kept trying to like get up and leave, and I'm like, no, we're watching this. You're gonna finish this. It's that bad. Like most of the movie's not even in English. It's in Wookiee. So the main plot is Han and Chewie are trying to get to Chewie's family for Life Day, which is like Christmas, okay? On the Wookiee world.
I'm already out.
Right?
I'm already out.
And so what's crazy is like it's not even good Wookiee. So
it's poor Wookiee.
Yeah. So you can almost understand the English words that they're trying to say. They're like, oh, yeah, go over there. Like it's so bad.
No. That's shame on them.
So bad.
Shame on them.
Now, what it does have though is the first appearance of Boba Fett.
So while we're on the topic of disappointing Star Wars stuff and Boba Fett, I was shocked that Disney Plus Day had 2 Star Wars announcements.
Yeah.
The whole time.
Yeah.
And one of them was like 1 minute of behind the scenes stuff for Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Yeah.
And the other one thing was a Boba Fett documentary.
Yeah.
About making the show.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
I just want to see the show. But the show's December 29th.
Oh, the show's going to be nuts. But
Book of Boba Fett. I cannot wait.
But think about how many properties they have literally in the works right now as we speak.
There's so many. More than Marvel, probably. I mean, it's insane how many there were.
They didn't even mention.
Probably not more than Marvel, but
there's
a lot.
I promise it's close.
There's a lot.
It's this close.
Oh, I can't wait. They just announced who they cast as Sabine Wren for the Ahsoka show. So I'm very excited for that.
I'm just shocked.
But yeah, so this is the first appearance of Boba Fett. Because it's like, those old variety shows like the Mary Tyler Moore Show back in like the 70s and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So the Star Wars Holiday Special was a variety show like that. Okay. And they even had like a bunch of those actors and stuff in it. Like, this is how bad it is. Like, it's hard to believe that this thing was even made.
Terrible.
And what's her name? Leia. Oh my God, why am I blanking on her name right now?
I know who you're
Carrie
talking
Fisher.
about.
Carrie Fisher. Sorry about that. God, I felt terrible.
I was going to say, I am also blanking on her name.
So Carrie Fisher said she was so coked up she doesn't even remember filming any of it. Yeah, I mean, this thing was a mess.
Oh my God.
And, dude, there's this one scene where Chewie's dad puts on this VR thing on his head. And so he's a Wookiee, right? And he's watching this woman, like, belly dance and stuff. And, like, it was weird. It was so weird.
I feel like I've heard enough about the show to know that I'm just literally
but
never going to
in between, there are these, like, animated clips. And the animated clips are amazing. They have Boba Fett riding a dinosaur.
I'm okay. Yeah, no, I'm literally never.
So,
there's no way.
We'll see what happens with this.
Oh my God! So what was next? Oh my.
I'm gonna skip the next one because we're gonna talk. I'm gonna talk about that one first because it's one of my top three. Next one is What If Season 2. So we already know one of the episodes is gonna be in Season 2. Mm-hmm. So you watched all of Season 1, right? Mm-hmm. So the season finale, there was a character that wasn't in any of the episodes, the Gamora. It's because they ran out of time making episodes, so they didn't make her episode.
Okay.
So it's an episode where Gamora defeats Thanos, so we know we're going to get that episode for sure. So that'll be cool.
Yep.
There's also rumor that there's going to be another Marvel Zombies episode in there, and they're also making a Marvel Zombies show. So that's going to be fun.
On my top. Yep.
Then there is I Am Groot.
That's going to be dope.
Yeah, so it's going to be original shorts with Baby Groot.
I
know.
It's
going to be fun.
Classic, yeah.
And then there's Spider-Man Freshman Year. It's going to be an animated...
also in my top?
Yep. So the one I want to talk about first, only because we talked about it a little bit. Yeah, it's all of it.
Okay, cool. So now we're going to talk about our top three. So you start with your top three.
So my number one...
obviously, it's...
X-Men 97.
Yep.
X-Men 92, the original series. That's what got me into comic books to begin with.
And we very briefly mentioned this last week.
We did.
They were doing 97. So, I mean, I'm excited. All the original, the original theme song.
Yep.
They're gonna
a lot of the original voice actors.
They're gonna keep the animation in the same. Wow.
Beginning of the series.
Yeah.
The end of the series, the animation got kind of bad, so let's hope they go with the.
I'm sure they will. With the technology we have today, I mean, I can't wait. I mean, that's gonna be.
Yeah.
I mean, and the way the story ended back then, it was like there needed to be more.
Yeah.
So that's going to be just, that's going to be great.
I feel like this is definitely my favorite thing that came out of Disney Plus Day. Most of the other stuff, a lot of the other stuff we knew about the Moon Knight and the She-Hulk and all that stuff. But this is one that just completely caught me by surprise. So I'm very happy surprise.
Well, no, like it caught all of us by surprise. Like there were no leaks, nothing. There was not a whispered word was said.
Yeah.
And just all of a sudden, hey, by the way, X-Men 97. We were all like, ah! Like, yeah, that's...
Have you seen the picture of, this was posted on Marvel's site. It was there's the famous kind of meme of Wolverine laying in bed holding the picture,
and then it turns around and shows the frame.
And it's this one has the X-Men 97.
And he's just like,
yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
So, what was your number 2 favorite spot?
I really enjoyed the She-Hulk trailer. It's a teaser. It's 10 seconds or whatever, 10, 20 seconds.
Real quick.
I loved Orphan Black. Orphan Black was such a good show. Tatiana Maslany played like 6 or 7 different roles in the show. So it was about a girl that was cloned. She doesn't know she was cloned, and she runs into a girl that looks exactly like her. And then they find other girls that look exactly like her, and it turns out that they were cloned.
Oh boy!
And every one of them has their own unique personality, she plays all of them very well. Orphan Black was an amazing show, so I'm excited to see her as Jennifer Walters, She-Hulk. We don't actually get to see her fully as She-Hulk. They have like that shot from behind. It's scrolling up. You see her legs and all that. But yeah, no, I'm excited for that.
I think that's going to be really cool to see. Honestly, I wish that it was flipped. I wish that it was a show about Hulk with the She-Hulk in it, not a show about the She-Hulk with the Hulk in it.
I mean, we've seen enough of the Hulk. And the Hulk's going to be in it.
Really? I don't think we've seen Jack Diddley.
So apparently this is going to show what happened between Endgame, or before Endgame, like how he went from being...
From Infinity War to
Endgame. Sorry, I am very tired today. So how he went from not being able to turn into the Hulk to how he became Professor Hulk. So we're going to get that storyline in this. But
so She-Hulk's going back in time, and it's going to take place between Infinity War and Endgame.
That's my understanding of it. I mean, they haven't...
I didn't know that.
Officially announced that, but...
That'll be fun for me.
Yeah, no,
that'll be fun for all of us. It'll be cool to see how that took place and why. And
and I'm wondering if it's gonna be like the blood transfusion. I mean, that's originally how she became the Hulk. She got a blood transfusion from her cousin, Bruce Banner, and it looks like from the trailer that he's doing experiments on her. So there's the scene. She's got like a thing on her head, and he's like, the transformation happens when you're angry or upset, and
which is funny because for her it's very different.
Yeah.
When She-Hulk turns, she's the same her. She's just big, green, and stronger. Like when the Hulk takes over, it's a completely different persona. Until Professor Hulk.
Yeah, I wonder if this is if her being able to control the transformation is
what pushes him to want to do this. That would make a lot of sense.
That's how he becomes Professor Hulk.
Okay, yeah.
And then my last one was probably the coolest trailer out of it was the Moon Knight.
That's gonna be awesome, dude.
Isaac. Yeah, when they announced Oscar Isaac, I was like, that guy is Moon Knight. I mean, that guy just looks like Mark Spector.
You know what? He's like a fine wine. He just gets better as time goes on.
I've only seen
something about him.
One thing where I did not like him, and I don't think it was his fault. It was definitely the direction they went, and that was X-Men Apocalypse.
I knew you were gonna say that. And you know what's funny? I kind of agree with you, but at the same time, I'm not one to ever complain about a movie that I've seen, but I know
there were concept art done. There was a bunch of concept art done where he actually did look like Apocalypse, but the direction they ended up going in, he just looked like a frail old man through the whole movie.
Looks like a dude.
So I mean, it was it wasn't his fault. It was the direction that the movie went. But
even what he looked like, the way he portrayed his like, I am the original and I will make this world anew. Like, you know what I mean? The way that, I mean, he took a crappy character design and he was like, hey, let me act the crap out of this. Yeah. And I mean, just anything he's been in it's like he's got the Midas touch. He touches it, turns like, still, like, just his performance alone, like, as Apocalypse, it's like, okay, that guy's got something. Like, the movie was but Oscar Isaac, man. Like, I mean, did you see Ex Machina?
What was that one?
Where he creates an AI?
Yes.
And then
yes,
he
yes,
has
yes,
someone
yes,
come
yes.
to his facility
It has,
and tests it out.
yes,
the dude who was that random redhead guy in the
yes.
Star Wars movies who was
Yeah.
like working for Kylo Ren.
Yes.
That guy.
Yeah.
That movie.
I've seen that movie. I have that movie
is
on.
incredible.
Yeah, it was great. I have it
If
on
you
DVD.
haven't seen Ex Machina, you're doing yourself a great disservice. Go see it. It's amazing.
That movie was fantastic.
But I mean, yeah, I think with what James McAvoy did with Split, which is funny because I've never seen it, but I've seen clips of him playing all these different, split personality. I think Oscar Isaac is going to do the exact same thing with Moon Knight, and I think he's going to bring this certain level of just intensity and like it's going to throw you off. Like,
yeah. I mean, he's such a good actor. I definitely feel like he can pull off all the different.
And I can't wait to see
dissociative identities.
Yeah, like him just being different people.
Yeah.
Over and over and over again.
Yeah.
But while still just beating people up,
yeah,
like being a superhero.
I mean, Moon Knight's brutal. Moon Knight has always been brutal.
And I can't wait to see how they take Oscar Isaac's acting skills with all these people and also take his violence and make it in a way where we're not actually seeing people, get their heads lopped off or whatever, but you know what I mean? But doing it in kind of like an off-camera way that like I just know that directors nowadays have the ability to do. So excited about that. So yeah, it's gonna be. So those are your three. It was the X-Men '97, She-Hulk, and Moon Knight.
Yes.
So on to my top three. I would say first place is probably a tie, but I'm just gonna go ahead and say that it is the animated Marvel Zombies.
Yes.
I mean,
that episode was a lot of fun of What If. So
if you haven't seen it, What If Season 1 had a What If Marvel Zombies episode, and the way in which they handled that was chef's kiss good.
The funniest episode of the show.
Honestly, it was one of the I would say the last episode and the Marvel Zombies are tied for first place because the last one was epic and had this certain type of grandeur to it.
Yep.
But that Marvel Zombies, we all love zombies. Everybody wants to see that.
Yes.
And to see your favorite heroes, like in the beginning when it was like Iron Man and like some other people like taking out these like some of the Black Order and the Hulk, Bruce Banner's kind of like, oh guys, it was kind of aggressive. And they come out of the smoke and it's like Tony Stark is a zombie. He's like, ah, like just the way that they did all of that was beautiful.
I wonder how much this is going to be based on like the Robert Kirkman.
How much you want to bet? It's almost none.
You don't think so?
They're going
to write their own.
Too violent.
It was very violent.
Robert Kirkman's run on Marvel Zombies was rated R.
It was very adult.
Brutal. And I mean, it's on Disney Plus, so there's no way that they can do that level of violence. They just can't. Like, they'll do that kind of off-screen stuff where you're like, oh, that person got eaten. But honestly, even for what they did in the What If, like, that was pretty brutal. Like, I mean, we watched Bucky throw Captain America's shield and split him in half.
That's true.
And watch him fall. So, do I think... I still think they're going to make it... I think it's going to be perfect. I think it's going to be exactly what it needs to be. It's not going to be anything more, anything less.
Okay.
And and honestly, that one scene alone where he just chucks that shield and splits him in half gives me hope that they will be able to do some form of Kirkman's vision.
Yeah.
But they can't go all the way. There's just no way.
It was pretty brutal. I love the Kirkman.
But I still love the tone of what it was. Like when you find out that Vision is like harboring T'Challa for a snack for Wanda, and he's just like taking pieces of him, and like it's spoilers. Like, but it's been out long enough. I don't feel bad. But that's it's tied for first place. Marvel Zombies. I would say that the next thing that I'm equally as hype about is What If Season 2.
What If Season 2?
I mean, dude, I really enjoyed that show.
It was really good.
So good.
Some episodes were definitely better than others, but
natural. Well, that's any show ever, but
because it's an anthology type series. But I do like how in the end They tied
brought
it
all
together. Yeah,
together.
all brought together into one.
Even for me, like the Thor, like I know you're talking about the Thor episode.
Oh,
like,
I love the Thor episode.
But everyone was like,
Party Thor was freaking amazing.
So many people hated Party Thor.
I love Party Thor.
And I love Party Thor, dude.
Party
like,
Thor
yeah,
was great.
bro Thor, dude. Like,
Yeah.
yes. Like, I just, like, and people hated it. And I'm like,
I thought
that's
the first
the
episode
point.
was a little
Like,
slow. There were a couple others that were a little slower.
I mean, even the first episode, like, it was a very similar to how the original Captain America played out.
Yeah.
But, like, I still enjoyed it for what it was, you know? Like, because, again, it's an anthology. Like, it's not supposed to be this thing that just blows your mind out of your booty hole. Like, no. Like, it's its own thing.
I felt that the Zombies episode was definitely at the top there.
One of again, for me, it was tied with the last episode.
Also, the Doctor Strange episode. The one where he kept...
That got so dark.
It did.
I loved it.
It was so dark.
And it was so dark, but I think the reason that the What If episode was just slightly above that was because of its humorous and
it was
dark
the funniest
toned
episode. Yeah,
nature.
it was dark and it was so funny.
It was literally the Doctor Strange mixed with Bro Thor. Like, it was the comedy of Bro Thor, the darkness of the Supreme Strange, and it was fused together.
Yes.
I can't give any other episode that kind of cadence. Like, that Sorcerer Supreme Strange, though, I remember I was sitting there watching it with my girlfriend, and we got done, and we both as the credits were rolling and it got all quiet, we were like, that was really messed up.
Yeah.
Like,
my wife and I felt the same way.
Like,
we watched it together, and afterwards we were like,
dark.
That was really dark.
Yeah, like, that took a hard right.
Yeah.
And just
it was like a different tone than
like,
the rest of the series had been.
And it was out of nowhere.
Yeah,
it was just like, oh yeah, show was fun, show was exciting, action, and then darkness. I was like, yo, I wasn't prepared for that. But that would be my second thing. What If Season 2? I can't wait to see more stories with these characters that we know and love and see it told and done in such a different way. I'm so excited to see that. And then my third, and not my least exciting, but like something that I cannot wait for, is Spider-Man freshman year, man.
Okay.
Oh,
that's the one I really know the least about. You know what it is.
For me, it doesn't, like, Spider-Man.
I know it's animated.
Yeah, Spider-Man was my very first superhero crush. You know what I mean? Like, he was the one I was like, oh my gosh, this is it. Like, I have a Spider-Man suitcase. And this is we're gonna get real personal here. I have a Spider-Man suitcase, right? It's it's a little guy, and it's got one of those like extendable handles that you take out of the back, and it has wheels on the back. My father bought this for me when I was a very small child.
And you still have it today.
And it gets even better. I used it, and I have used it my entire life.
Wow.
Up until 4 years ago.
Ooh.
When my son was born.
Okay.
I have used this Spider-Man because it's the perfect size. I can literally fit a week's worth of clothes in it. Like, it's just the way if you pack it right, like you can fit any travel in this bag.
Yeah.
And on the front, it's got a little pocket, a little zip pocket for extra stuff. And it just says The Amazing Spider-Man. It's got Spider-Man on it doing a spider pose.
Okay.
And now, my son uses this bag when he goes on vacation, when he comes to my house. I get to see him use this exact same bag that my father gave to me when I was his age.
That's awesome.
And it just, you know what I mean? Like, Spider-Man was the one, so, and honestly, he's one of Marvel's biggest properties, period.
Yeah.
So you can't, what I mean? That can't be denied, so just the fact that and honestly, the Into the Spider-Verse movie, wow.
Oh, it was incredible. I loved it.
I would just love.
They had a sequel in the.
Oh yeah, in the works. It's happening.
That, yeah.
And if Spider-Man freshman year is anything like that, I mean, I'm gonna have a blast. I think my son will have a blast. I think parents and their kids together will get, you know what I mean? Like, you've enjoyed Spider-Man for how many years, you know? Like, it's just, Spider-Man is the man, you know? And I can't wait to see a whole nother thing. Because, honestly, after Spider-Man No Way Home, that's it.
Yeah.
Like, this is, and they've said it, this is the end game.
Yeah.
For Spider-Man. Like, so once
they
this
say
is,
that, but this movie makes that much money. It's
gonna make money, but guess what they're gonna pour that into? They're gonna pour it into Spider-Man freshman year. They're gonna pour it into, you know what I mean? They're gonna put it into all these other Spider-Man properties, or Spider-Man into the Spider-Verse 2. Like, they're gonna take that and they're gonna put it where it belongs. Like,
and
Spider-Man probably won't get rebooted for a while, which is fine with me. I mean, that's, you know, but
I feel like they're gonna bring Tom Holland back.
Well, I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if they keep him going, but
and then
outside of the MCU,
there are other Spider-Man movies in the works. Like, I saw the Mobius trailer when we went and saw.
Oh, Morbius, yeah.
Morbius, Morbius. When we went and saw, what was the last movie we went and saw?
Eternals.
I can't even remember. Yeah, Eternals. Yeah, it was Eternals. Yeah,
that trailer.
The trailer was pretty good.
Sick,
yeah,
dude.
yeah.
I can't wait.
And I feel like there were things hiding in that trailer too. So.
I mean, maybe Vulture is the sixth.
Could be.
Or maybe Morbius is the sixth bad guy. I'm not going to try to sit here and speculate because I have no idea and I'll never guess it, right? You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
I'm
sure
throw
I've
everything
out there,
and just one thing will stick. Like, oh yeah, I totally called it. Like, no, I'm not going to be one of those guys. But Spider-Man freshman year, I think, is going to be a nice, because it's like the year one Batman.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's what. So like, they had that Batman year one story, which was so cool. You get to see Bruce Wayne right when he starts being Batman and the toll that takes on him, how it affects the city, how it affects him. I think getting to see, because really Spider-Man's life is nothing but sadness and death and tragedy. I think getting to see him in his very first year as Spider-Man will be a little bit more lighthearted. You know, it'll be a little bit more
I'm sure,
actual friendly neighborhood Spider-Man.
Yeah.
You know, it's going to be, there isn't going to be all these crazy high stakes and like all this life and death. I feel like it's going to be a lot of origin stories, a lot of like heartfelt moments with realizing why these villains became villains and why Spider-Man deals with them, I guess, or how. Something about that is like, hey, this is going to be amazing. Yeah. No pun intended. But I mean, yeah, man, those are my three. It's Marvel Zombies, What If Season 2, and Spider-Man freshman year. Don't get me wrong. The things you mentioned, I mean, I was going to put X-Men 97 on my list, but I was like, I know for a fact that is going to be numero uno on your list.
X-Men is my favorite thing in the world.
I didn't even bother. But, I mean, all of the things that they released and revealed and talked about and announced are just top of my radar right now. And really, I can't wait for Hawkeye to drop in 3 days. I think that show's a sleeper. And a lot of people are feeling the same way, especially after the latest trailer.
I mean, it's. I don't think it's going to be Loki, but
I think it's going to be better than people think it's going to be.
I think I'm going to enjoy it. I mean,
I think
I'm
they have something hidden in there.
Hawkeye is my least favorite Avenger,
naturally, but I also feel like there's something they're not telling us.
I did see something pretty funny last night, though. It was he was on some interview or whatever, and the guy, the interviewer, asked him. He's like, "Do you realize that the Avengers are, I think it's like 5-0 when they're battling with Hawkeye on their team, but they're 0-4 when they're battling against Hawkeye or don't have Hawkeye on their team. So apparently the Avengers lose every time they're either battling Hawkeye or Hawkeye is not there with them. But every time Hawkeye's there, they win. So
I mean, hey,
he's got something going for him.
The underdogs are real. You know what I'm saying?
And what's cool is in the new trailer, in the second trailer that we saw of the show, we see Haley Steinfeld in the Ronin costume. So it looks like she's trying to emulate him. I'm sure something bad happens to her beforehand. And that's what. So she's trying to emulate Ronin, who was a bad guy. I mean, he killed people.
I feel like it's going to be a sleeper.
So we'll see.
I feel like there's a lot going. I think people are thinking that this is just going to be some like fun, Christmas show,
Yeah.
like Die Hard kind of like action thing. I think there's going to be a lot more going on.
We'll see.
And I think at the very end, when it's all said and done, I think that something's going to happen that just kind of pulls the rug out from under us. And I'm really excited to see what that is. So, because I've thoroughly enjoyed all the other ones, all the other Marvel live action
hands
shows.
down.
So yeah. So those are our thoughts on Spider-Man No Way Home and the future of the Marvel Universe. You know, Disney Plus Day was great. Lacking some Star Wars, but Marvel's popping, as always. I can't wait.
And they did, here's why I don't think there was a lot of Star Wars also. They announced a lot of the Star Wars stuff at like on Star Wars Day, stuff like that. So I think, May the 4th rolls around, we're going to get a big Star Wars announcement.
I just thought it was weird because they announced the Boba Fett, they dropped the Boba Fett trailer like 2 weeks before Disney Plus.
Yeah.
It's like, why didn't you just wait?
I bet you
they have something going on.
Yeah, I think
they got something going on.
Kathleen Kennedy and all them. I think they have their plan for Star Wars, and they just didn't want to tie that in with all the other stuff. Yeah. One last thing, since we are a comic podcast, I just want to talk about a couple big books that are coming out this week. Oh
yes.
So this week we get 2 new #1s from Marvel. Both of them are very exciting. One of them we talked about earlier today. And that was Black Panther. So nice. We are getting the new run of Black Panther.
Love it.
Written by John Ridley. Mm-hmm. I have 3 #1s. Okay, we got another cool #1. So this is gonna carry on from the intergalactic.
Cool. So it keeps going.
One, but it's gonna be set here on Earth.
Okay.
So. Hawkeye Kate Bishop. It's going to be a limited series coming out. This is the perfect week for it to come out.
I was about to say, great time to hop on that train if you're not on the Hawkeye train. Yep.
And then my favorite book of the week, I guarantee, is going to be the new Hulk book. So
I need that on my pull list.
Okay, I'll get it on there.
Yep.
So this is Donny Cates.
Don and Cates. I mean,
Ryan
Otley has been posting so hard on Instagram promoting the hell out of this, and every time he posts something, I'm just like, dude, I cannot wait. Like, oh my gosh.
And then one other book that's coming out this week, and this is one of those, depends on how you feel about him. Rob Liefeld is doing an X-Force one-shot special called X-Force Kill Shot. Rob Liefeld is an interesting man.
I'm not going to sit here and act like I don't enjoy what he does. He's Rob Liefeld.
Alex is everywhere, man. I mean, we all know, Rob Liefeld.
But personally, I'm probably not gonna. I'm not jumping on my seat for it. But maybe some people are. Maybe some people are all about X-Force. Maybe if it was like something else that he was doing, I would hop on it. But it's X-Force. I don't really.
Yeah, I love X-Force. I mean, he created, Cable. He created
all that stuff. But no, I'm not jumping at it.
DC doesn't have a ton coming out. DC versus Vampires 2, the first issue, that was absolutely incredible.
Do you still have an issue?
Yeah, I got plenty.
I need that.
Okay, yeah, it's fun. Written by James Tynion, who's probably one of the best writers in comics right now.
He's hot right now. Big time. Him and Donny Cates, man, killing it.
Let's see here. Superman 78, #4. This is a continuation from the movie. Let's see here. Task Force Z #2. The first one was pretty good. It's like
that's the zombie one, right?
Yeah. So it's like Suicide Squad, but with zombies. So they're forcing all these dead bad guys that died on A-Day when the Joker flooded Arkham Asylum with gas and killed everybody. They're forcing all of these reanimated zombie bad guys to go fight, and they're led by the Red Hood. So
okay,
the first issue was really interesting.
Okay.
House of Slaughter 2 comes out. So if you like something that's killing the children, we have a lot of them. Plus, I've got second printings. So House of Slaughter 2 comes out this week. So if you like something that's killing the children, definitely pick this up. It tells a different story within the universe. The first issue was a lot of fun. Let's see. Gunslinger Spawn 2. Gunslinger Spawn 1 was really good. You're not picking up the Spawn.
There's too many. There's
a lot.
He done branched out too crazy. I can't even keep up with it all because I got Spawn on my list. There's a lot going on there.
Yeah. So those are the big books that are coming out this week.
I love it.
we do pull lists here at Wizards
Get you
Asylum.
one.
So if you'd like to come set up a pull list, you can either do it through leagueofcomicgeeks.com. You just go to stores, browse stores, Wizards Asylum, sync pull list, or you can come talk to me. And I'll
The
set you up a
better
pull list.
option is to come up in here, check out the store, and create you a pull list. A pod list.
A pod list.
Create you a pod list. So,
all right, that's
guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Please, if
the audio.
if you enjoyed any of this at all, if you found any of this informational, if you had fun, please subscribe to the channel.
Smash that like and subscribe button.
That what he said.
I've always wanted to say I've never had a YouTube.
So,
smash that like and subscribe button.
if you liked it, subscribe to the channel, guys. We're doing this every single week, okay? We're working on audio.
Yeah, the people that want the audio-only podcast, we probably won't have it this week.
It's not that's 2 weeks in a row, but you know what?
We're learning. We're learning.
We're gonna figure it out. It's very inconsistent. We don't know why. I promise we will sort that out. But if you are watching this right now, still, after all this nonsense, look at me. I want to say thank you. Seriously, thank you so much for sitting here and listening to this. I hope that you found any kind of value in this. If you did, please subscribe to the channel. We're doing it every week. Drop it a like. Drop a comment. It doesn't matter what the comment is. You can talk about how I'm ugly or how beautiful Warren is or what, literally anything. Just show some love. It means so much to us, guys, because it boosts us in the YouTube algorithm and it helps more people see our videos. So again, thank you so much for watching. This was so much fun, and I cannot wait to see you guys again next week. Peace.